Where you need your unit circle. This is the fun part here. Okay. And we're going to evaluate values of tangent. Okay. So they'll look like this. Add them on your paper, okay, these examples, so you have some. But let's do number 1. Inverse tangent. Let's do of 1. So tangent, make sure is neither the x or the y value. It's the values in the box, right? So it's these values, right? So we look for where do we see a 1, right? And we see a 1 here and here. Everybody with me so far? But what did we say about 30 seconds ago? We can only look from what number to what number? Radian. Okay, so where are those? Let me change color. There's pi over 2 right here. Okay. Negative pi over 2 is the same thing but backwards. So not like this, but down 90 degrees. So it's down here. Okay. So what that means, okay, here's the important part. That means you can't look. So if I would have chosen that one, I would have got wrong answer because I can't look at that part. Okay, I can't look at the left side of the circle. But not only that, did we put parentheses or brackets on these two? What does that mean, parentheses? Touch or no touch? No touch. So this one, I can't even look at these two, which is different than sine. Remember, sine, we could look at those, but this one we can't because they're not equal. So we can look at any of those. So basically the right side except for the bottom and the top. Is that okay? Okay, so check this out. Where do I see 1? Right here, so my answer is pi over 4. It's easy reading the values from the circle. The hard part is just knowing what should I look at, and that's based off of the range of the function. Okay, let me give you one, guys, so I can read the room, see if you got it or not, and adapt to your needs. So try this one real quick. Okay, just 15 seconds. That's, if you know it, that's how long it takes. Remember, you're looking at the box values, not the x, not the y. Okay, so right here, right? We can't look over here, so not these. So my answer is pi over 3 in radians. If they want degrees, 60 degrees. Okay, be honest. Okay, raise your hand if you had that answer, just so I can read. Okay, perfect. That's almost everybody. Okay, let me throw a curveball at you now. Let's do tangent, inverse arctangent of -1. So be careful with this one, okay? Remember sine. How did we have to do sine? Okay. If you haven't watched the sine video and you were absent, you're probably going to miss this one, but just I'll show you how to do it in just a second. Okay. The answer, so this number's here, okay? The answer is negative pi over 4. Now, the last class, about half of the hands dropped on this one. Okay, that's probably because they were absent on the sine day. So if you didn't get that answer, you need to listen to this explanation real closely. So you probably put that answer, okay? Because you're like, oh, that matches. But here's the issue, okay? It's a lot easier to look at the degrees. Let's look at the degrees. So I need to get to 315, okay? So if you count just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if you go in order, you would have to go 0, 30, 45, 60, 90, 120, blah, 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 all the way to 315, right? Which is fine. But the problem here is, remember, I can't use any of those numbers. So if you're counting, I can't get to that number because these numbers don't exist. So I can't get to this location by going around, but I can get to that location by going backwards. So instead of going around, I go backwards. Okay. The issue with going backwards is you got to count backwards too. So instead of going positive 30, this would be negative 30. Okay, so not pi over 6, but negative pi over 6. The next one would be, instead of being positive 45, would be negative 45. So negative pi over 4, negative pi over 3, negative pi over 2. You have to go backwards. You have to count backwards. Okay, so right here at negative 1, my answer would be negative pi over 4. Does that make sense? Okay, let me, I forgot to ask hands real quick, but 10 seconds just to, now that I've went over it, do negative square root of 3. Just to make sure we're on board as a class. Okay, so it's written down here, right? Again, you can't look at, where's the negative one? You can't look at that one. To get to this, you have to go backwards. So it'd be negative pi over 3. Okay, be honest, how many of you got it? Okay, excellent. So almost there. If you need help, I'll help you one-on-one. Okay, so, okay, last thing. Yes.
The office for a little bit.
Okay, he's on his way. You're welcome. Okay, guys, please just, I'm almost done, okay? This is the last problem. We've already done it. The issue is we've done it with the calculator. You won't have a calculator on the test. So how are you going to do this problem without a calculator? That's what I'm about to show you. Okay, so watch, because you don't know yet, but you will. So I'm going to skip the reading, okay? But what it says is that's 10 and that's 10. I need the angle. Okay, that's the point of the problem. Okay? So I'll leave it there so if you want to read it. Okay? So from this point of view, let's do it together. From this point of view, from the theta point of view, what is this? The OA or H? Opposite. This is the A. This is the H. So this is a OA OA problem, right? So who do we use for OA? Not OA. Tangent, right? So there's a tangent theta equals O over A. Now both of these are 10, and one of my students got confused last period and he thought I had flipped them, and I didn't. Okay, this is still opposite and this is adjacent. Yeah, I didn't flip them. It's just they're both 10, so. Okay, so how do we solve this? Well, we do the inverse when you're looking for the angle. So tangent inverse. And then how in the heck are we going to do that if we don't have a calculator? Okay, easy. What's 10 divided by 10? 1. So let's rewrite this. And now you do exactly what you were just doing 30 seconds ago with your unit circle. Where is 1 on the unit circle? What degree is that?
Negative 45.
It shouldn't be negative. It shouldn't be negative. Huh? 45 positive? Probably negative 45 is negative 1 probably, right? Yeah, okay. Good. No calculator, okay? Now, we have to get problems that work out nice like this for no calculator, but that's how the test one will be, okay, where you don't need it, okay? So that's how you do it with the unit circle. Questions, guys? Okay, so that wraps up